going on, YouTube? It's another episode of the Dunces podcast here with Johnny and myself, Jayson. Johnny, how you doing today, my boy?
Bro, I'm doing immaculate, bro. Kanye West is about to. By the time you guys see this podcast done, Kanye West will drop Donda.
I'm excited. I'm
Excited.
I've been crying over this, bro. It's been way too long. He's
Exactly.
been teasing us for too long. I don't appreciate that.
Kanye's been slaving in that little 2-bedroom studio in Atlanta, Georgia, ready to give us his album.
Hey,
album
man.
review. Our next video will be an album review.
I'm waiting for that. That's actually for those interested, we also have our other podcasts, our non-sports on Spotify and all those other social media platforms. So please check us out, the Dunces podcast. That's just us shouting ourselves out. Really, we never really shout out other people, but shout out to us again. But anyway,
thank you for our sponsorship, Spotify, by the way.
Word. Yeah. Well. Oh, dang. Hey, you okay, my boy? You good? Hey.
Okay. The lights turned on. I'm paying the bills. All right.
Yo. All right. Well, let's get into it.
Hopefully, you gotta support this podcast because I won't have any lights.
Please support us. We need to get Johnny some energy over there, bro. The man's is glistening. But anyway, fellas. Well, by fellas, I just mean us. Johnny, a lot of things has happened so far in the NBA.
Yeah.
Free agency has started, and free agency has been crazy. Not one of the craziest ones, still one of the best ones that can affect teams. Maybe not now, but in the long run, or immediately, depending on who we're talking about. Also, we had the draft, where we kind of got everything wrong. But you know what? It wasn't just us. I think everybody got everything wrong, because man, was this draft just insane. But our Hornets got Kai Jones, like we said that they would. So
yes,
pretty late, but they still got him. But overall, it's been fun around the league, and I think we're gonna start off with the draft. Johnny, who is one of your winners in this last NBA draft?
I think the winner of the draft. It's hard. It's for me. It's between Charlotte, Golden State, but I'm gonna go with Golden State.
Oh, okay. Let me know why.
Because I feel like Charlotte, they have a good potential of the backcourt with Bouknight and LaMelo Ball.
That's a beautiful backcourt. I like it. Yeah.
And it's like they pair off each other so well on paper anyway, because Bouknight is mainly a scorer and LaMelo Ball is just a playmaker. So if that's like a 1-2 duo, that guys whose talent doesn't like overlap each other, is going to be beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I just think that the Warriors needed two guys that could play right away.
I agree.
And if you look at the Charlotte Hornets, which draft picks is going to make them a better team next year? Bouknight and Kai Jones. I think Kai Jones is going to develop nicely. If he can develop into like a Pascal Siakam type player, but that's years over time. Next year, it's a results-based league. Moses Moody and Kuminga can give them serious minutes right now, bro.
Yeah.
Serious minutes.
Yeah.
Not to mention the upside with a 6'8" power forward and a 6'6" long guard that can shoot really well. So I think the Warriors won the draft.
Now, so with the Warriors, though, do you really think that these guys are going to be on the team? Like, once the season starts, do you think that they're not going to just package them for a trade involving, I don't know, like a Bradley Beal or another disgruntled star that they don't know? Or do you think that they're just going to rock with these guys and try to win a championship with these young cats?
Well, I mean, if anything, if you are going to trade him, you might as well like increase his value, right? So you got to put him on the floor. So yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. And plus, the upside of Kuminga is way too high, especially in that Warrior system. Man, if he gets a good shot and consistent play, bro,
scary.
Sky's the limit for him.
Scary hours, yeah. So I'm actually gonna go with a different team, not with Charlotte or Golden State. I do think that those were good picks, but I think the Houston Rockets are definitely winners in this draft. Drafting Jalen Green at number 2, which we all said that they would, but then going out and drafting this kid from, I don't even know where this kid is from. He played with Besiktas. He was the Turkish League MVP, and he averaged. Over here it says 19 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block a game. He's a 6'10" power forward, center, whatever you want. He played great alongside Christian Wood in my what I believe, right? And then you got Usman Garuba, who came in from Real Madrid.
Gruba is hands down the best defensive player in this draft.
Yeah, and
And
he'll most likely still be in Real Madrid this upcoming season, but unless barring a buyout. But they could wait another year because the Rockets aren't really going to do much. But I think he was a great selection. And then Josh Christopher, drafting him so low, and him being his
yeah.
upside is there. I think those four players in the
Well, I
way
mean,
that they got them.
Josh Christopher. I mean, I love Josh Christopher as much as anyone, but I don't know. I don't really see the upside right now. He needs to develop
He
because
does. He does.
personally, he should have stayed in college for like
At
another
least another year.
year.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, I'm not hating on kids making money, but I'm just saying like probably to develop his game and get a more polished game is better. But I mean, you're gonna get you get Sangoon, the best defensive player in the draft. You have all these offensive pieces who have so many questions defensively. At least you get a stabilized player on defense. And then Josh Christopher. First of all, everyone loves Josh Christopher, and Jalen Green and Josh Christopher are like the best of buddies. So that's gonna help chemistry tremendously.
Oh yeah.
Like Josh Christopher is such a great locker room guy. He seems like one of those dudes that everyone will just like. He's just bubbly personality. I feel like that's a great locker room pick, and he has lots of upside too, just as a pure scorer. So that's. I don't think they won the draft, but yeah, they did really well.
I don't know. I think they did because there's four guys, and I think all four of them are gonna get at least somewhat immediate playing time. And by somewhat, I mean Josh Christopher. He's the only one that might not.
Sangoon is I don't know. Sangoon, we'll see about Sangoon. Well, then wait a minute. Rather than like this is the Rockets, where everyone's gonna get playing time on the Rockets.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. My point is that everybody's gonna get minutes on the Rockets. I mean, who's gonna get minutes? Eric Gordon, man's getting traded soon. But no, I believe that they're winners, in my opinion. But the Pistons got the number one pick, and I think we all knew that they were gonna take Cade Cunningham. Everybody had that as their number one. Do you think that that was the right choice? I mean, with Jalen Green there and Evan Mobley, do you think that Cade Cunningham was the best choice? I know we talked about it in the mock draft, but let's get a little bit more, detailed, deeper dive into it.
You know, it's weird because this is a really good draft because Caden Cunningham might not be the best player.
I know.
But as we speak right now, Caden Cunningham was the right draft pick for Detroit. First of all, just wanting to live in Detroit. I feel like people are underrating that. Who wants to live in Detroit? Caden Cunningham said, yeah, true. Like I feel like if someone said like in like a projected second rounder said he wants to live in Detroit, he would just rise up draft boards, bro. Like just rise. No, but they need a foundational piece, right? A guy that can really carry their franchise and a guy that can make other players better, correct?
Yeah.
Why? Because Detroit doesn't have foundational. Well, I mean, they do have pieces, but they don't have like great pieces to like surround Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is the foundational piece, and now you build around him. Here's why I say it's a great pick for Detroit, because in Oklahoma State, he played with a lot of. He had to carry a lot of these guys. Like in Oklahoma State, that was not a good.
Yeah, that was not a good team
at all. But he made them relevant, and he took them. He's a guy that can carry other guys, make teammates better, and the potential on defense with his wingspan and his physical attributes is going to be really impressive. But Cade Cunningham's one of those guys. Is like, he's going to be an all-star in the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's what the NBA is going towards as a wing, can carry guys, and I feel like that's exactly what the Pistons needed at the first pick, even though he might not be the best player in 5 years.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Cade Cunningham, he will definitely be one of the best players in the league. I think he's the all-star caliber, hands down. He's going to be an all-star. We all know it. LaMelo Ball comparisons here and there, Luka Doncic, all because of his height. 6'8" point guard. The vision is there. But like you said,
Luka Doncic comparisons is because he plays at his own pace,
which is what you need. It's what you need from your guard, right?
From your guard, bro. If you can facilitate the offense at his own pace, the way he wants to.
And you know what it is too about Cade? He has that like swagger to him, right? Like he doesn't care about what anybody has to like. He's just there, and I think that's something that Detroit needed, and I'm excited to see what they got to do, man. Because look, the Detroit still has a pretty solid young core. I love Sadiq Bey. Isaiah Stewart is my guy. Saban Lee, they re-signed for I believe it was like 3 years, like worth $6 million or $8 million a year, something like that. I think they have a good, solid young core, and I'm excited.
The Kelly Olynyk signing isn't that bad too.
No, it's not. I mean, they signed back-to-back white guys in the past 2 years. Mason Plumlee and Kelly Olynyk. They traded away Plumlee.
Cade Cunningham and Jesus in your starting lineup. What more could you possibly want? Come
Hey
on,
man,
bro.
Kelly Olynyk was the star centerpiece for that James Harden trade. So shout out Kelly.
Yes.
But now let's get into to a loser. I think that they're definitely more winners in this draft. But I think those were the main ones that we wanted, especially the Warriors. I know I didn't really talk about that much. Shout out them. But a loser, in my opinion, and we did talk really well about him in our pre-draft, mock draft, whatever. Josh Giddey. I think that him getting drafted so high at 6, I think that's gonna hurt him because we had him. I believe we had him at 7, right? So we only had him a pick over.
Hmm.
But my issue with the Oklahoma City Thunder taking him, they already have a tall point guard that does literally everything that Giddey does, just better.
No,
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
no. Because
What?
what are some of Giddy's flaws? What are some of
Literally
Giddy's flaws?
everything. Giddey has a lot of flaws, dude.
Stop. Okay, what are his primary attributes, bro?
Yeah, he can play make. He's
He
a
can play
solid
make,
playmaker.
right?
Yeah.
And Shy, he can play make and score. So
Yes. Yes.
okay, if you're looking at a team at OKC with just a bunch of young talent, don't you need a stable backcourt, bro? 6'8" and 6'5"
Yeah. Yeah.
as your backcourt, bro. One that can score, one that can play make. That's like I said, that's foundational. That's how you start. That's how you start a team.
You think he was good for the 6th? I mean, okay, I know we had him at the 7th, but that's because the Warriors can take a gamble, but the Thunder really can't.
How, bro? How can they not take a gamble? They got 10 years. Like they basically have like 11 years worth of picks, bro. They can gamble. Like
They do. They do. They have a lot.
if Josh Giddey went to the Warriors, which I thought would have been, now I realize it probably not a good pick for the Warriors. He would have had lots of pressure to play right away, um,
Yeah.
especially at bench. But I feel like with OKC, he can just spread his rings and play and play the style he wants to play. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I don't know. I heard a lot of bad things about it, and not that I agree with it, because I do think that Giddey is going to be a good player in the NBA. It's just
that can
I
be a
don't know if he's gonna work like
one thing.
well under that system in Oklahoma City. You know?
Bro, what is the Oklahoma City system, bro? Like they're just going out there and playing right now, man. Like I'm serious.
Yeah. No, I guess. Yeah.
OKC right now is like, okay, let's see what we got, man. And bro, like Josh Giddey can play his style of basketball without worrying about pressure. Just play with him and Shia. I feel like that's the perfect place for him to grow. And one of the biggest things that Australian players have said, like people in Australia, they said that he's good enough. He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna find a place in this league. And what better place to give him more time to do that than OKC, who probably has like a 25-year window. I feel like what, I forgot the GM's name for the OKC. What's his name? Scott Presti.
Yeah.
Sam
Sam
Presti.
Presti. Sam
I
Presti.
feel like he's like extending all these picks so just he can save his job. Like, guys, like you can't fire me. I got 20 more picks, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. No, I agree, but I don't know. I think that's one guy that I have to see him play with his team, because
exactly.
I don't know. Shea, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen with them? But
Like you're acting like it's like oil and water, bro. No, they
no. I
come
look.
make
Look, it can definitely work, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna give that pick a C. Like I'm not gonna say that they did bad, and I'm not gonna say that they did good. I'd say that it's a mediocre pick. And once I see him on the floor and I see him play alongside Shea, maybe my perception will change. But I don't know. I think that
you know,
wasn't the best pick for him.
for right now, when you see the vision of Oklahoma City, I give it a B because of what the potential that backcourt could really be.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's one of those things you just have to see him play. You know,
Yeah.
playing along with Poku, Shea, they got a lot of young talent, bro, in OKC, and I'm excited for that. They're gonna be a fun team.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Those like younger kids than us going to be out there in just a few years hooping.
Well,
In,
not me. Well,
you
not
know,
me.
well, I guess you're right. We're like 30,
Oh,
but
right.
we got also another team. Okay, not. I want to ask you. Do you think that Toronto is a loser for not taking Jalen Suggs?
Yes, bro. I think Masai tricked everyone in the NBA for taking Scotty Barnes.
Why did
This
they
man,
take Scotty?
this man took another OG Ananobi, bro.
Yeah, bro. Literally,
It's crazy.
literally. I don't understand what is the Pascal Siakam trade happening? Because if it's not happening, then why would you take Scotty Barnes?
I don't know. I mean, I guess like there's upside with like a lineup between OG, Scotty Barnes, and like Pascal. Like that's a really tall lineup and really good defensively. But offensively, bro, what do you
Yeah,
get? Man? I don't.
there's a
Jalen
lot.
Suggs, you can plug him and play him right away, bro. He just has high IQ. Like I assume that'd be like a great person for Nick Nurse's system. But
And
it's
I think Jalen Suggs is gonna not that he's gonna struggle, but it's gonna be like a fight out there in Orlando with Cole Anthony, R.J. Hampton, Markel Fultz, and Jalen Suggs. These are four guys fighting for minutes.
well, he's a shooting guard, so I think he's gonna be the starting shooting guard.
Well, they got Terrence Ross. My point is like they have too many guards.
Oh, Terrence Ross coming off the bench, bro.
They got too many cards. I don't know, man. I don't think that's the best thing for Suggs.
It's one of those things. Like I think they're gonna figure out in training camp which players can fit along because I think first of all Orlando they had a good draft, bro.
No, they did.
Suggs,
Yeah.
Those are some like you were talking about guys that can like high IQ guys that can play in a system. Like you should be excited if you're Orlando. Now I think it's which guard in the starting lineup can play the best with those guys, and who's the more like polished player that has a high basketball IQ that can play along John Suggs and Franz Wagner's playing style. Maybe it's Markel Fultz for right now because I think Cole Anthony's a little sporadic. I mean, so much room to grow, but yeah,
That's right. I forgot Franz Wagner is there too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a. I didn't think that he was gonna go to Orlando. If I'm being honest.
He go to Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento would have. Sacramento are losers. I think we can agree on that. Taking Davion Mitchell after saying that they didn't want to draft Luka because he would dominate the ball too much alongside De'Aaron Fox, and then you go out the next two drafts and draft Tyrese Halliburton and Davion Mitchell.
Well, first of all, Davion Mitchell isn't going to really dominate the ball. I mean, I thought it was weird at first, but if you look at the playing style, that's the multiple guard lineup is where Davion Mitchell is excelled his entire college career. He knows how to play off the ball. He can defend. My question is, what are they going to do with Fox? Do they have any plans of Fox? It's one of those things. But as we speak right now, the multi-guard lineup with a good shooter, we'll see how he develops in the NBA. Good shooter Davion Mitchell that can defend, play off ball. Then you got De'Aaron Fox, the primary scorer, and then you got Tyrese Halliburton.
But they didn't need a guard though. Like they didn't. There was no reason to draft a guard.
They didn't need a guard, but also the guard that they did drafted, I feel like it was a good pick for them. I feel like they can implement him, and
I don't know, man.
I think it was a good pick. I really think it's.
Well, I think he's a good player. I just don't think he's a good player for Sacramento. Like I don't hate on Davion Mitchell. I think that he would have been a better player for a number of teams, just not Sacramento.
His playing style fits. I can't explain it. Like
what style though? Sacramento sucks.
Yeah, I'm just saying like if their whole identity is going to be based off these three guards, I think it's a good fit because Tyrese Halliburton can play off the ball. Davion Mitchell knows how to play off the ball, and then while Fox dominates, I feel like
that's my issue, man.
It's almost like the same thing. It's like the same thing in Phoenix, right? Where they had that 3-guard lineup. I mean,
it didn't work.
Yeah, it was okay. Like I feel like it's not like you're getting like a ball dominant guard. It's like you're getting a guard that can defend.
I just don't understand them, man. They're so they never draft team needs, like they never do it, and then when they think they do, they just don't know how to develop them. So the only reason why De'Aaron Fox is that dude is because De'Aaron Fox is that dude. The Kings never did anything with him. Tyrese Halliburton the same way. Buddy Hield, he's just.
But it's one of those. Also, it's like you got to see what's happening with De'Aaron Fox. You think they're gonna do something with De'Aaron Fox, because if you're gonna build a young backcourt, you might as well just do it with Tyrese and Davion. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it?
You would rather have Davion than De'Aaron?
Yeah, I think so. Me too. Just because right now I'd rather have Davion Mitchell than De'Aaron Fox. For where the Kings are going right now, like bro, like you're gonna.
Where are they going?
Exactly. So get younger players. That's my point. You're not going anywhere.
De'Aaron Fox is only like 22.
What?
De'Aaron Fox is only like 22, 23.
Oh, bro, isn't Davion Mitchell like older? He's like just.
I think they're like the same age, bro. Like that. That's why I don't understand what the Kings are. I think they're the biggest losers in this draft.
But here's the thing, though. De'Aaron Fox, he's not a good shooter, correct?
He did solid. He was 30-something%.
Okay, but I mean, why not get a player that can play off the ball, can shoot, and can defend?
I don't know, man.
De'Aaron Fox has issues defensively. Well, I mean, he's not that bad defensively, but can't shoot. Like, I mean, you're already paying him a lot of money. You might as well just trade him, bro.
I guess. But I think that sums up the most of like the key points in the draft.
Let's,
Winners,
let's talk about let's
losers.
talk about the San Antonio Spurs and the worst pick.
That is true. Yes, this is going to be the last topic because we do have to move on to our next one. But
This is gonna haunt us. I feel like when Josh Primo becomes
what
an All
what
NBA
what
player.
is this kid's name even?
Josh Primo, bro,
Josh Primo,
youngest player in the
youngest player. He's actually okay. One thing that we can say is that he's younger than us, and he's a lottery pick, right?
Yeah.
So like, starting next year, we're gonna be able to say that these guys are younger than us.
That's crazy.
So we gotta step up our game. First off.
We are.
Second off,
I'm gonna
well, I
take
can't because I broke my hand. I'm out, Greg Popovich. I'm sorry. But Josh Primo, who is this kid, bro? I never heard of him until he got drafted. And
Josh Primo, he's a very confident guard. I didn't really did a lot of. I saw bits and pieces of him. He's a young player. I guess the Spurs see something that we don't. But the reason why the pick's so idiotic is they could have gone him later in the draft. But I do like the Iowa kid that they got in the draft. I feel like that's a perfect player for the Spurs system. But the Spurs are not.
I don't even know what the Spurs system is anymore, bro. They signed Zach
Right.
Collins to a
And
3-year.
plus, like, I don't even know why we're talking about the Spurs. I don't care about the Spurs. Greg Popovich needs to retire. They're the most
He does.
boring team I've ever seen in NBA history, and I don't care. Let's just move on.
Yo, that's just a salty Lakers fan because we all know that if the Spurs didn't exist, the Lakers would have had like 10 championships. But that's neither here nor there. But we will just say, Josh Primo, congratulations, but you definitely did not deserve that pick.
Congratulations on the mental illness of the Spurs organization.
Now, watch him be the best player of the draft.
Yeah, he will. Like I feel like he's gonna be an All NBA player, and then when this podcast becomes really big, people are just gonna look up these clips.
Yeah, facts. But all right, fellas, we're gonna take a little break, and we'll be back after these messages. All right, so we're back, and now, guys, we are going to talk about free agency. Johnny, you excited about this, my boy? I think you are, because you're a
Very
Lakers
excited.
fan.
Very excited.
So, as we can see here, we are on NBA.com. This is not sponsored by any chance. We just have this because it's open to the public and it's open to the media. So no, we are not stealing anything. We just want to mention that to the NBA that we do not own any property, and this is all you guys. But as you can see here, there are a lot of teams. We see Atlanta re-signing Trey and John Collins. The Brooklyn Nets doing absolutely nothing because they're idiots.
What are you talking about, bro? They signed Patty Mills. They got Josh. They got James Johnson. They got Blake Griffin back, who was solid. That's solid bench pieces, bro. You have three of the best offensive players in
We
NBA.
have no defense. Zero defense. Who's going to guard AD? No one. That's why the Lakers are winning it all. But that's neither here nor there.
The main card doesn't play defense, so just forget about defense, bro. Just try to outscore everybody.
Nicholas Claxton, you better step it up this next upcoming season. But
Like Claxton.
Johnny, can we talk about one of the biggest free agency winners that is in front of our screens right now?
Yeah, Chicago, man. They did work, bro. They went crazy.
Would Garpax have done this?
Would who?
Garpax, their former GM and president of basketball operations. Would they have done this?
He would have traded Zach LaVine for a couple more picks.
The man is a buffoon.
And
But
win the lottery, get number one, and Josh Primo, the number one overall pick. Start from scratch.
bro, I love what Chicago did though. You have a potential starting lineup of listen to this: Lonzo Ball, Zachariah Levine.
Zach Lau.
Yeah, I'm sorry. DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. Off your bench, Kobe White, Alex Caruso, Troy Brown Jr., Tony Bradley, and some other dude that I'm completely blanking right now.
Who?
I'm completely blanking. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But they have a solid 9-man rotation, obviously with the 10th that I'm just forgetting right now.
Lauri Markkinen on the veteran minimum, bro.
Lauri Markkinen, that's the other
No.
guy.
I'm just saying, like, if they re-sign him to the veterans minimum, we'll see.
Well, no, they can go over the cap. They have his bird rights. Or what grade do you give the Chicago Bulls, my friend?
I give them a B plus just because they were from almost in the playoffs. Bro, whoa! I mean, a B plus, but
They
like
get an A plus.
I'm
as an
giving okay,
organization.
fine. I'll give him an A minus, just because we still have to see how these are integrated onto the court. Because
Yeah,
like
I agree.
I mean, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, like for their respective teams, were very ball dominant. Well, not DeMar DeRozan, but Zach LaVine primarily. How is he gonna mesh? I mean, like, bro, like for Team USA, I saw a stat that this is his first 4 game winning streak since UCLA. Zach LaVine. So I mean, he uses the ball with his hands, losing. I want to see how they integrate together. That's going to be a challenge.
Do
But
you like
yeah,
the Caruso? Do you like the Caruso signing?
for Chicago, yes, of course.
Right?
I mean,
I don't know why people are like, "Oh, he didn't deserve that amount of money." I'm like, Caruso, he's not a bad player. I think
it,
people just
wait,
like the
wait.
whole
If you
memes and
say
everything.
Caruso is a bad player, then
Yeah, like
you don't watch
they're like,
basketball.
"Oh, like you know, he
No, no,
he
no. You don't
he was
watch
good
basketball. If you
alongside
say Caruso.
Braun." I'm like, no, he helped Braun, and he was a solid player. I don't know what people are talking about, bro.
Well, more than solid, because Alex Caruso, bro, makes winning basketball plays on a daily basis,
Oh
bro.
yeah, oh
Every
yeah,
minute. That's if you're trying to rebuild a team, that's exactly one of the course like role players that you need to have on your team. Can shoot the
yeah.
occasional three, but just makes winning plays. His playmaking is very underrated, and obviously athletic as well. So that's a nice bench
And he's
pairing.
smart. He gets to his spots when he know, and he doesn't like try to do too much, which I love. I love Alex Caruso.
And
I
that's a
think that,
perfect player to pair along with Kobe White in the backcourt, who's had his struggles, but I feel like that will help him. Just
oh
young.
yeah, definitely. Now I want to talk to you about a loser. This loser is a loser in my opinion. The Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
Uh, dude, they live in a beautiful city, no income tax,
Nope.
with one of the best players in the world right now, probably, arguably top three in Luka
Yeah.
Doncic, arguably, and he's only how old? 22. And you're
Bro,
telling me the best player you signed is Tim Hardaway Jr.
I mean, Luka Doncic was a Rudy Gobert block away from sending him
Hey, that was Nick Batum.
warehouse assistants and plumbers to the gold medal game, and to reward him, they give him Tim Hardaway Streaky Jr., Boban actor Movanovic that just signed him for morale.
Yeah.
Sterling Brown, bro, Sterling Brown won't even get minutes this year.
Nope.
And then Reggie Bullock, who will give you probably like 3 threes a game.
Not
Congrats.
even. He's also a streaky shooter. Look, and I mentioned this a few months ago.
I
I
mean,
forgot.
look, maybe they won free agency just because they got rid of Josh Richardson. That's why they won the entire free agency. I give them an A plus. They didn't.
So Boston loses. Boston loses with an F minus by getting Josh Richardson. But I said this a few. I said this a few months ago. I don't know if were you on this pod, Johnny, where I said that the Dallas Mavericks kind of needed to re-sign Tim Hardaway Jr. Because I said it.
They had no choice. They had no choice.
So
Really.
yeah, so that's what I was saying. My point at the time was, look, I know a lot of stuff about Dallas, and when it comes to like trying to bring in players, they never could. With Dirk, they never really could bring in players.
Really could.
Only reason why they won that championship that year was because they got really hot in the playoffs. Now, I'm not trying to discredit what they did, but
They won the championship because
and LeBron, yeah, he was trash. But my point is that, and everybody's like, oh no, like who wouldn't want to play with Luca? Well, who wouldn't want to play with Dirk, right? Like Dirk in his prime was a solid player, right? So who wouldn't want to play with him? Now in Luca's case, who wouldn't want to play with Luca? Apparently, a lot of people because their best player that they could sign is Tim Hardaway Jr. And I said that giving him ranging from 15 to 18 million dollars is pretty reasonable because that's the only way that he'll come back.
Yeah.
Because the team could offer him a little less money to win, and he would probably take it if he knows that he's not going to do much in Dallas. But because he loves Dallas, because this is also a tradable contract, I think it's a solid signing.
He has a big role too. He's a pretty big.
He does. He's their second leader scorer basically because Kristaps is trash. But my issue with Tim Hardaway Jr. being the best signing is that Tim Hardaway Jr. is the best signing. You haven't gotten anything, right? And I know there's still players on the board that we're gonna get into in a second, but I think that they're losers in this offseason. And if they don't trade away Kristaps or if they don't try to implement and find a role for him, I don't know what to think of about Dallas.
Well, it's hard with the Mavs though. It's like if you're a veteran, you know you're gonna go to a team where there's a young player who's better than you and dominates the ball at least 80% of the time. How do you integrate in a system like that? Like You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, Luca just has to.
it's
He has
not
to.
really that appealing to me. Not if I'm the DeMar DeRozan, like that's not something that I would appeal to, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. But now let's get into another team out here. Where are they? I don't want to look at the Lakers just yet. I want to look at Miami. Are they winners? Yes or no?
I mean, they just signed a bunch of Miami Heat players, bro, that were not on Miami Heat. I mean, Duncan Robinson. You say that there's 20 million. I mean, his story was really just incredible. Like, I mean, I think he deserves every penny.
I think
One
so
of the
too.
best 3-point shooters in the league, and I'm just happy for him. Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry. We'll see how that message. I mean, obviously the great chemistry off the court. I mean, they're boys. Um, it's gonna work well, but it's like how well, like you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things like
I think that they're gonna be gassed. Like it really all this team really just depends on Bam Adebayo. Because I'm sorry to say it, as much as Jimmy Butler is the heart and
yeah,
soul, Bam Adebayo is the best player on the team.
he's the best player. He's got to if Bam Adebayo becomes the player that we all think he can be, this is a different team.
Oh yeah,
But if but like I said, it's just so many questions. Like right now, as we speak, this is a second round exit to Brooklyn.
yeah, I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying?
I agree.
A hard fought series. PJ Tucker spit in KD's face after allowing him to drop 55, and then they did lose. Like it's just I don't really see. We just have to see. But they signed a lot of Miami type players.
Yeah,
But we need to see if Bam can make the next step. I mean, he's looking good in the Olympics right now. So we'll see. We'll see what
yeah,
happens.
no, I agree. I think that I think signing PJ Tucker was honestly a surprise to me.
Not a surprise. Not at all.
I didn't think that he was gonna leave Milwaukee, and if he did, I really thought that he was gonna come to Brooklyn. I thought that he wanted
Why
to
would
play
you?
with KD,
Why would?
but
No, that'd be a snake move to go to Brooklyn. No, I don't. That's not good.
well,
Like,
he's
why would
old
you?
now.
First
He's
of all, why would you
36.
want to stay in Milwaukee? Like, especially if you won a championship there, there's no reason for you to stay in Milwaukee.
Well, Bobby Portis
Bro,
disagrees with
you're gonna
me.
choose Milwaukee over Miami, bro? Like,
Bobby Portis disagrees. Well, yeah, that's probably another reason why PJ left. But no, I think that
hey, shout out Bobby Porter's agent. Wow. I
why?
mean, you opted out for that contract to get absolutely nothing.
Yo, that
They
was a
just should have
mistake.
opted in.
You know
Like,
what? You know what? Let's move on to Milwaukee, bro.
hey, yo, can we see the? Hey,
Just Bobby Portis, bro.
yeah, let's see the Bobby Porter's deal. I want to see the Bobby Porter's
All
deal.
right, let's look it up. Let's look it up.
Hey, bro, he opted out the deal to just get literally nothing.
The Bobby Portis contract. Let's see. With what's this team with Milwaukee with the Bucks? Look it up. Let's see what they got for us. Bobby Portis is getting an average salary, if you can see that, $4 million and 500,000. So 4.5 million a year. And how much was he making last year?
I think it was like a 1 year what?
Yeah,
Like,
he was on a minimum deal last year,
yeah, minimum deal.
or mid-level exception, mid-level exception. So yeah, his number
Not
increased by
bad,
3
but
million.
his stock drove up super high after the finals, and the best he could get was 4 million on 2 years, bro.
I really don't understand why he stayed. I really
I,
don't understand.
no, I mean, Bobby Portis is a winning player. I mean, he values winning. Um, So that makes sense. But bro, $4 million after what you did for the Bucks, and
He
I mean,
definitely could have easily gotten like 18 mil. Okay, this is crazy to me. The fact that Minnesota hasn't even signed anybody, but we'll get into that. Let's get into the Knicks real quick.
okay.
So not the Kemba Walker, the re-signings first. Derrick Rose was a great re-sign. Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks, literally every player that they re-signed, I think that they were the important ones that you needed to get. I didn't care about Reggie Bullock.
Especially Nerlens Noel. They needed that
Yeah,
defensive.
yeah. Like I don't think that they cared enough about Reggie Bullock or Alfred Payton. I think that these four guys were the most important players to bring back,
And especially Taj
as well.
Gibson too, because if Taj Gibson goes to another team, he gets to release whatever information he has on Tom Thibodeau's hard drive, and that information stays with him. So thank goodness to Tom Thibodeau.
Hey man, Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose, and Tom Thibodeau will be together until they all retire, bro. It's inevitable. But as for the Evan Fournier deal, I don't know, man. I don't like it. I really don't
Bro,
understand
you
why
saw what he did to the USA in the Olympics, bro. You're not seeing what he did,
Ricky
bro?
Rubio dropped 38 against
Bro,
USA, bro. Get out of
okay,
here,
bro. It's
please.
okay, bro. FIBA rules Evan Fournier is a top 10 player in the NBA, and they decided we have all this money to spend. We might as well do it with FIBA rules Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier, like I don't think that they realize that they mess up whenever they sign players to 4-year deals. Every single time they do it,
That
they
was
always mess up.
literally so unnecessary. You didn't have to sign him to a 4-year deal.
They could have given us a 2+1, dude. That's all they needed to do.
Yeah, that was very like that doesn't make any sense. Like, what has Evan Fournier shown you that you have to commit to him for 4 years?
That's my thing, right? Like, look, Fournier is a good player, but he's a glorified 6-man, bro. Like, you're not paying him the amount of money that you're paying him for him to put up like 16, and that's it. Like, all he'll give you is offense and like a little bit of scrap on defense.
With that being said, I think he'll play well in New York.
Oh, I think him and Kemba would be great, but I don't like the.
But not for the money. I mean, if you're given a minimum wage, bro, yeah, of course. But 20 million, bro, that's crazy.
Get out of here. Get out of here with that. But Kemba Walker, do you like the signing?
I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. Like Kemba Walker, it's been a tough 3 years for Kemba Walker. Apparently, if you're a talented point guard and you go to Boston, your career will never be the same. But this is the best rejuvenation as possible Kemba Walker could have ever got. New York point guard, bro. I mean, he's coming back home, bro. The Garden's gonna be rocking, bro. I just feel like Kemba, like this is, and according to his reports, that this is the healthiest he's ever been, and being
maybe.
I mean, if he's back to at least 90% back in New York, defensively, we'll see how he plays defensively.
Understand, Thibodeau, right?
He's gonna have his work cut out for him. Trying to see where they can hide him on defense, but offensively, I feel like that they needed that because, especially in the playoffs,
I was just about to say
they collapsed because all they're doing is relying on Julius Randle, who completely just disappeared during the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you get another ball handler, it's gonna ball handler. You're gonna really you're gonna open up the game for Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. So I feel like this team's on the come up, man. I really think they're gonna shock a lot of people.
No, I like the signing of Kemba. I think for starters, he's probably one of the best players when it comes to having all these All-Star appearances and being known around the league. Like, he's one of the best players that they've signed since Melo, right? I mean, if you look at it in that aspect, right? I mean, obviously Melo.
They didn't really sign Melo. They kind of traded.
Yeah, I know, but like obviously Melo was like up here, but just the name of Kemba Walker being in New York, it still shows that star caliber players still want to play in New York, right? Yeah. So sooner or later, they will be able to get somebody that's like, okay, like this guy matters, But all right, so that's the Knicks. Let's go into the Philadelphia 76ers. Only reason why I want to bring them up, Andre Drummond is backing up Joel Embiid when Dwight Howard did the same last year, and it didn't really work out. Do you like the signing of Andre Drummond to Philadelphia, or do you think that he could have gotten a better role in, I don't know,
Brooklyn? In what world do you think I think Andre Drummond for any basketball team is a good thing? Bro, you're crazy, bro. Like, we're talking about the 86ers G League team? What?
My thing with Drummond is like, why did he take a 1-year minimum when he's only 27 years old? And not that he didn't even have like a bad year last year. He just
his playoffs were atrocious, bro. He was
okay. Well, that's not his fault, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was a good signing, but
I think the Sixers might be in NBA purgatory here soon.
I don't know what they're doing, bro. Like they gotta trade Ben.
Have to. But my thing is, with the report that Ben Simmons is open to going to the Warriors, does that bring down the price value and they can make a deal? Because if that's the case, the Warriors get even more interesting. I wonder, and they have assets now, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I think they can pull it off. That's one of the teams that can pull it off. I want to go over here to two teams actually, the Jazz and the Wizards. I'm glad that they were next to each other because I really wanted to talk about specifically the Jazz. They had a quiet but very important offseason.
Yeah.
Re-signing Mike Conley, bringing in Rudy Gay for 2 years, obviously second year is a team option. Hassan Whiteside off your bench, and Eric Pascal, one of one of this kid's Donovan Mitchell's best
Best
friends,
friends, yeah.
dude.
No, okay. Let with the Hassan Whiteside thing, going from Rudy Gobert to Hassan Whiteside is actually really bad, especially if you're playing like a really good 3-point shooting team. That's gonna be like literal like just it's gonna be horrible. But
Yeah.
Rudy Gay, another playmaker off the bench. I mean, first of all, Rudy Gay is gonna excel in that Jazz system.
Oh
Because,
yeah.
first of all, everyone excels in that Jazz system. So offensively, there's no problem. But Eric Pascal, bro, oh my God, that's such a steal. Like, I don't know why the Warriors traded him. I mean, I guess they have lots of talent they're trying to develop, and I
Yeah, I
guess
didn't understand that either. Like, what was the
look,
point of
Kuminga,
trading it?
if
Oh,
that means they really invested in Kaminga, that means
yeah.
because it makes sense. I think Eric Pascal is going to develop into a really good NBA player, especially in the Jazz system. In the Jazz system, bro, your numbers are going to get inflated anyway.
Yeah.
That's really good for him career wise. But another solid piece off the bench, just defensively, man. Defensively, like can like I don't know, like it's just gonna be the same thing. Like they're gonna get a bunch of players that can do well offensively. Everyone's gonna get their numbers, but defensive. I mean, then again,
They'll play team defense, and I think that's what the Jazz are known
we'll
for.
play
Their
team
team
defense.
defense.
Then again, it's like you can say Donovan Mitchell was injured, during that Clippers series.
Yeah.
No excuses, but I mean, like we'll see.
I don't know.
Like
I like it, and you know
can they
what?
get a couple good matchups in the playoffs? Like I don't know. We'll see.
I like this team a lot more than I did last year's. I trusted them a little bit more this year, coming into this upcoming season, because the Jazz last year and the year before that, it's just so much heartbreak, right?
You let
So
the
I think
Jazz fans
this upcoming
get me
season.
into saying this.
Oh yeah, no, screw the Jazz fans. I hate them. Yeah, no, I still want you
First
guys
of
to
all,
understand.
we are not a Jazz podcast. We hate the Jazz. The Jazz suck.
Oh yeah, yeah, the Jazz suck.
Like dried up French baguette. We do not like you guys.
They are the letter A B C D E F. They are G minus. That's literally what they get. Because screw them. But yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot the letters of the alphabet. But on to the next guy, Spencer Dinwiddie. Do you like that sign and trade for Dinwiddie joining Washington and Bradley Beal?
Yeah, man. You lose Russell Westbrook and you get a solid point guard that can play. Great playmaker, and
And
you have a direction too. With Bradley Beal, seems like that's a ticking time bomb. You have
but
direction. You
you
can tell.
also got Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma, KCP.
That's what I was gonna bring up before you rudely interrupted me, even though I've interrupted you like 20 times during this podcast.
Yeah.
But
Let's talk about that. Do you think that like this is a sneaky playoff team?
yeah, it's an 8 seed plan. But like
You
I
think?
said, you can build off of this. And for Washington Wizards teams in the past, it was really just like what can we get? But now you have two solid players. Kuzma's gonna really improve. Obviously, I hate Kyle Kuzma for the Lakers, but I mean, let's be
He
real.
might be good in Washington. He might be.
He's gonna be good. I mean, he's like 6'8" power forward, bro. He's gonna. I mean, he's gonna be really good. He's a perfect NBA player. But and like I said, he had an inconsistent role, like inconsistent role, inconsistent play, like he said.
Yeah.
He's gonna finally get a chance to not worry about his job every single time he goes out on the floor. Really spread out his rings. We'll see how he meshes Bradley Beal, but I think like now you have like a core that you can build upon, which Washington hasn't had in the past 3 years, except for broken legs John Wall.
Facts. But now, kind of nearing the end to this, because we're not gonna talk about Brooklyn.
Best for
Screw
last.
Brooklyn.
Best for
But
last.
Lakers, retirement home is what they're building, except for Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn and Taylor Horton Tucker. But do you like the signings for the Los Angeles Lakers?
All the players that we've signed combined for 40% from three last season. One of our biggest issues was from the 3-point line. And not only that, we get players. It was hard because you didn't know what you were going to get offensively from Caruso, Dennis, Kuz, THT. But now we have players where we know what we're going to get from them every night. Players that can buy in. And bro, Russell Westbrook, man, I'm really excited. I mean, like I said, the playoffs is a whole nother issue. Is he even playable in the playoffs? We'll see. But for the regular season where it's a grind, especially for all those veterans, you know that Russell Westbrook's going to give you energy every single night. We signed Malik Monk, bro. 23-year-old, 40% 3-point shooter to the veterans minimum, bro.
That's a great deal.
Unreal.
Yeah.
You
No,
give him We get athletic playmaking shooting guard, which is I'm really happy about. Ken Bazemore had a solid season, 40% from three. Kendrick Nunn, youth, he had an incredible rookie season. Was on par during rookie of the year. Had a bad couple of years, but I mean you can blame that for him having COVID before the bubble, coming to the bubble late, losing his spot in the rotation for a team that was already rolling. And like I said, last year, everyone in Miami struggled last year. So it's a fresh start, can really develop, and really develop as a defensive player too under Frank Vogel's system. And Taylor Horton-Tucker, our young gem. I mean, we really think about it. I think I saw a tweet the other day that Taylor Horton-Tucker gets to learn under Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Carmelo, Trevor Ariza. He's gonna learn how to be a pro, learn how to be a playmaker, learn how to really polish his offensive game. So I can't wait.
My thing with the Lakers is that they got all these guys on minimums. Besides Kendrick and THT, all these guys are on minimums. So now you got a starting lineup of Russell Westbrook. I believe they should start THT. They might start somewhere else, but THT, LeBron, Melo, and AD. Like I think this is gonna be one of the best teams. But I'm excited, and I think that they get an A+. But I think that we'll talk about other notable free agents once they do sign on their other teams.
Exactly.
I'm excited for that.
Let's hear the pod.
Yes, but as of right now, we are going to end the pod here. Let me just stop sharing over here. There it is. Johnny, it was a pleasure seeing you, my boy. Cannot wait.
You look better and better every time we do this.
Every time. Yeah, I'm getting bigger. Like, that's not a good thing, but, somewhat,
I'll take it. You're beautiful.
Yes.
You're just very, very beautiful. In fact, the cast like just adds an element to your beauty that I've never seen before, and I love it.
Yeah. You know what? This cast in this video actually, for those real loyal people that watch us. Yeah, I'm thinking of like restaurant.
You're not customers yet.
For those who actually watch our videos, if y'all see this cast and y'all don't text me, y'all fake. So yeah, okay. But anyways, guys, please like, subscribe, hit that like button down below.
Sponsor us. Target sponsor us. Please, someone sponsor us. Please.
Hackensack, Meridian, please sponsor me and sign my cast, please. But anyway, Johnny, it was a pleasure, my boy. Have a great night. Peace.